Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Tony and I am super pumped for today's video because I've been wanting to do this for ages. So a couple of months ago, one of my favourite YouTubers, 1000, did a video where he challenged 3 artists, Chuck Lee, NB Artistry and Woke One, to a custom skateboard battle. And it got me thinking, how cool to be invited to do like a challenge like that. But I can't wait. I was too excited even to wait for a board to arrive in the post. So I begged my daughter Pippa if I could customise one of her skateboards. And she said yes. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to customise this board into something wicked. But first, we've got to prep this baby. Much about skateboards. I think skateboarding is so cool though. I'd love to be able to skateboard. We're ready. I'm thinking that I should tape the edges. It's got a nice wooden edge. We need to keep that. So because I want to use the airbrush, I think we just tape it off now and leave it taped until the end. Okay, so while I was prepping the board, guys, I had an awesome idea of what to do on the base. The new season of Arcane League of Legends has just come out and Pippa absolutely loves it. And her favourite character is who I think we should paint on the bottom of the board. And that's Jinx. I've watched some of the episodes with her and it's actually pretty cool, so I'm really excited about painting this. And Jinx is a really complex character and I think it's going to be really fun to paint. So I'm going to do it as close to the original as I can because I think that's what she will like the best. So the reference that I've chosen to use is from the final scene of the final episode in season 1 and it's pretty epic. To get this design going, I've downloaded a template from Board Pusher and they've got all the different skateboards. So I'll link that in the description if you want to get them. So what I'm going to do is the base of the skateboard I'm going to do in like a really dark maroon sort of colour. And then it's going to get lighter towards the middle. And then I think actually underneath where Jinx is going to go, I'm going to do the red moon because that's in that scene as well. Then finally, I want to include some graphics in the same sort of style as when Jinx has a psychotic break. The conflict that she's going through is such a major part of her persona. I think it would be a real shame not to include that on the final design. And also, I think it will look really cool. We'll start with the base, then we'll do Jinx, then we'll do all the graffiti stuff on the top. So that's what I'm looking at. Let's get the baselines on the board and then let's go. Okay guys, I want it to be really vibrant. There's not going to be that much of it, but I really want it to glow behind her body. This colour in the middle, I want it to be really vibrant. There's not going to be that much of it, but I really want it to glow behind her body. We'll start with like a really tiny bit of fluorescent yellow and then go on to the mixed up orange and yellow. Part of me is happy with it, part of me absolutely hates it. I think we get a base bit on the bottom and the top and then get the hairdryer out. I guess we've just got to trust the process, which sometimes is pretty hard to do, but it's what we're doing. That didn't go quite as planned. But I'm going to give it a quick dry and I'm hoping that then we'll be able to get the blend a bit better. There's going to be lots of stuff all over it, so it's a really minor part of the whole design and the rest of it I'm going to be painting by hand, so I don't think it's too much of a problem. Got a couple of little areas where it's gone a bit feral. So what I'm just going to do is just get a really fine sandpaper. I just want to make sure there's no big lumps in these areas and then we're going to go over it with the paint again and hopefully it will be all right. I'd like to cover it in a resin because I think that would look really good. I've never done that before though, so it is risky. Around this edge is going to be super dark anyway, we just haven't got to that layer yet. I'm really a bit gutted about that bit. I don't know whether that can be saved. Right, I'm going to fix these bits, then we're going to be on to Jinx. Okay guys, so the base is on and I was just about to take the paper off to start Jinx. But I just thought, would it be cool in the background to have some of the colours I'm going to be using kind of flicked on it? And I think it would. Now, it's not on the plan, so it might not look good. We've got no idea until we try, but I think that just might give it an extra dimension. Let's do it. I think I kind of like that. I'm not sure how much I like it, actually. Oh, and now this bit's running down because of the curve. I didn't think of that. We may have made a bad choice there. It didn't quite turn out how I expected. I don't know. Once the graffiti's on, it'll probably be fine. So I'm actually okay with the fact that this has gone on here because it means that our base for our face and stuff isn't just white. Masking the side when we did the base worked really well. The line is super crisp. Although I said I was going to leave this masking tape on till the end, leave it taped until the end, I think it'd be a really good idea to take it off right now. Like right now, before I finished doing the painting. So what I seem to be picking up is with the acrylic, you kind of let it dry in between layers, kind of start light and add darker bits on. Whereas with oil, it's completely the opposite and you dark first, lightening it up and adding the highlights as you go. I think we've still got a chance that it will look good at the end, but what I'm gonna do now is a base coat and then we're just gonna add and keep adding and adding and adding because I think that's the way that's gonna look the best. It just dries so quickly, there's like no blending at all. So we're gonna crack on. I'm gonna do the base of her hair now, get some block colors down and then it will be starting to look really good. Well, I've got to say, guys, it's so completely different to oils in all the layers. So we're going to paint the body now, and then we'll go back to doing all the tweaks and shadows and things after we've done the base of the whole painting. Noticed that I added an extra braid at the bottom, which may or may not have taken me several attempts to get in the right position. And in doing so, I've kind of wrecked the background a bit. So we're going to need to fix that. And I've actually put in this cog thing here to make it a bit more interesting at the top because I put the braid down the bottom. I have just corrected her tattoo. I think that's more like it. I've sketched on the graffiti that we're going to be doing with a white Posca. I got a bit carried away and forgot to record it. But we're actually going to finish off with this because I like the look of it so much. I'm going to paint the neon colours and then I'm going to use the Posca to do the scratched on letters. I really shouldn't have taken that masking tape off. down. Time's up. I mean, it's a good job it wasn't in a competition because holy, that took me way longer than I was expecting. So I was just doing some research on how to resin the skateboard. Apparently the resin can affect the flexibility of the board. So because I want her to still be able to use this, it's not going to be hung on the wall, we're going to use a spray varnish. So I'm going to take off the masking tape, and then what we'll do is varnish this. And I think if we put several coats on, we should be able to get it pretty glossy. So we've put a few coats of the varnish on. Now we're just going to let that dry, and then we'll put the trucks back on. Well guys, I left this over the weekend to dry and it looks wicked. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. The gloss varnish looks nice and shiny. I was really worried that it wasn't going to be as shiny as resin, but it looks really good. And I think when the trucks are on the skate park, it's going to look amazing. So let's get it back together and get the final shots. Okay guys, we're finally ready to do our close-ups. I'm really pleased with how this came out. I think it looks so cool, and I really love this little pink highlight around the hair. It really just made such a difference and made it pop, and I think Pippa's going to absolutely love it. But because Pippa didn't want to be on camera, I went to my favourite coffee shop and adopted myself a third daughter, Emily. So a big shout out to Emily for stepping in for Pippa and testing out this bad boy. Pippa's going to love it, Emily loved it. Let's check out the close-ups.
This is awesome.
I hope you liked the video. If you did, press that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.